Greetings. This is Bevan, just sitting here right at the sunrise here in Creel, Mexico, and I'm out here on my porch just sitting and contemplating after having one of those dreams, the ones where wow, listen to that, where you wake up and you're just like, oh, damn, that hurt, right? That really hurt. And so in this dream, I was like, maybe in my 20s, maybe in university. It was a place I didn't recognize with people I didn't really recognize, but I was in a friend group and we were laughing and talking and walking, and we needed to go to like a much further destination. And so we get across the street and all of a sudden, everyone jumps on to this little bus, and some couple jumps onto a motorcycle, and they all take off. And I'm standing there and I'm thinking, wow, I'm left behind. And, I've been doing a lot of work on this abandonment trauma and how it's affected my life and what it means, what it meant for my relationships, how I looked at myself, my value, my worth, my confidence, my ability to make connections. There were so many things that were affected by some things that happened to me in childhood. And so, of course, I get up because, this kind of dream, and we're right in Scorpio season, so hello, Scorpio. It just makes you pause, really, and say, okay, why is this coming up for me again? Where am I feeling abandoned in my life? Where am I abandoning myself? Where am I abandoning others? So I sit here and I think about all the times when I felt that same way in my life, when I felt like a person who was kind of invisible in the group. And I felt like, a person that could go very deep very quickly, and I liked that. I was really comfortable going deep into the intuitive world, the emotional world, the spiritual world. And people can sense that about me very early on when they meet me, that this is one of my gifts. And a lot of people are really uncomfortable going deep in those realms. And so I realized as I sat here and I thought about this dream that so many times in my life I have just stayed and swam around in the shallow end of the pool to make other people feel more comfortable, to make sure that I could have friends and that people would want to hang out with me, and I wouldn't creep them out by the things I knew or the perceptions that I had. And I realized I don't want to swim in the shallow end anymore, because I'm not. And none of my friends are. And my husband is deep. And my clients are deep. And I just want to explore that realm in a way that I've never been able to before. Because, when we express this kind of depth as a child, and when we know too much and we can see too much, we make a lot of people uncomfortable. And so we learned that if we want to have intimacy, if we want to have connection, then we need to shut that part of ourselves off to do it. And it tears out, it tears out the soul, You can hear how that feels, right? It just tears out the soul to not be who we are fully. And I'm just committed even more now to never swim around in the shallow end if I don't want to be there. There's such a depth to my inner world and to the inner worlds of the people that I surround myself with. it's not necessary, you know. And I start to look at media and how shallow and materialistic and I don't know, just low vibrational a lot of these things are. And I realize this chapter of my life is meant for something different. All those distractions are not what I'm here for. I'm here to express this part of me. And hopefully short messages like this will reach someone and they will think, wow, I also have the permission to swim around in the deep end, to dive, to wallow, to scuba, you know, whatever you want to do. You have the permission to do that, to be your full, deep, amazing, spiritual, intuitive, emotional, otherworldly self without having to hide that anymore. It's not easy. It's real scary. When we've been being a chameleon and masking ourselves and trying to fit ourselves in to many parts of society which just do not work for us. And it's not easy being on the fringe. It's not easy being deep. It's not easy being the person in the room who says the thing that no one wants to hear. It's not easy to invite other people to evolve. It's not an easy role at all. It's damn hard. It's fucking hard, you to know what to do and how to use this gift. But when we finally commit to being genuine, so much in life is changing. When we own not only our wisdom, but our magic. And what that looks like for you is different for me and different for everyone. But you know what I mean, that moment where you feel so on and so tuned in. And you're like, yes, I'm in the flow. And we have to make difficult choices to get to that flow more often. I've made so many difficult choices. I've left so many people behind, so many places behind to get to this place here. It's so quiet. It's so peaceful. And for the first time in a very long time, it is helping me to see myself, who I really am, what I'm meant for. And it scares the shit out of me. And I'm really excited all at the same time. This is changing me. And things in your life are changing you in profound ways that we won't understand until we're able to look back some years from now, probably. There's a fundamental shift going on the planet. A rebalancing of the scales. Things got out of control. Humans got really greedy and selfish and exploitative and so many things I could name. But I don't have to tell you. And it is time for change, my friends. And that's why we're here. To usher in that change. Ooh, what a big job. And yet, not. Because we're each prepared with the gifts and the skills that we need to do this work. You already have it. We just have to believe. And we have to stop shape-shifting and be real and be true to who we are. It's the only way. It's the only way through. The only way to tolerate sometimes being on this low-density planet at this time in human history. It's the only balance that we have, is to be completely 100% authentically you. So here's to the journey. Cheers. Woo, here we go. How are you doing in Scorpio season? Hit reply and let me know. This is my journey, and I'm happy to share it. And maybe it sparks something in you and helps you to own your own power and be your own self. Much love. I'll see you soon.